So I just want to take a really quick look at this pen. This is called the Ballograf Rondo. And a few weeks ago, maybe a few months ago at this point, I looked at this pen. It's the Ballograf Epoca, popular pen in Sweden that I had never seen before, that I've really grown to enjoy. The Rondo is also from Ballograf, but obviously a different part of their series. The Rondo was released in 1993, and basically what it is, it's a clicky retractable pen with a really distinctive click, sort of like the Ballograf Epocas, but not the same. And it has a soft touch or rubberized body. If this was on your laptop, you'd probably call it soft touch. On a pen, it's rubberized, and so the whole thing is grippy. Comes in a bunch of different colors, like a light blue, pink, orange, green, a couple of different purples, black, and then this red. I think there's a yellow there too. The trim is actual metal, so you have a chrome tip here, a pretty large chrome clip, and then the button here is also chromed, and those are actual metal plated, or metal pieces rather. Inside, you have a standard Ballograf refill, or not quite standard. You have a Ballograf refill, but the interesting thing about this is that while it includes the Ballograf refill, you can use a standard G2 refill as well, and that's not the case with all of the pens from Ballograf. For instance, with the Epoca, when you open it up, you see the standard Ballograf refill, and this has archival ink. It's good for, I believe, 8,000 meters of writing, which is means it's fairly durable. But you can see the end here is slightly non-standard, and that's important for the Epoca, where the clicking mechanism has a little extension piece here, so only that design will work. Here with the standard G2 cartridge that I put in here, it's a slightly different end piece, and it will not fit with the Epoca, where it will fit with the Rondo. So that, in my mind, gives the Rondo a slight advantage, which is where I can use the standard Ballograf ink. I could also use my preference of Parker style or G2 cartridges. In this case, I stuck with a ballpoint. I just have that Schneider. Well, that might be a hybrid, I forget. But anyway, I was able to put that Schneider in there. So do a quick writing sample. And this is, again, this is the Epoca, but it uses the same refill from the Rondo. And this is that Ballograf. Refill. And because I like the Rondo and I don't really love the Ballograf refill, I mean, it's fine. It's totally functional. It just not particularly interesting to me. I was able to switch over to the Schneider, and that's called the XB755. And they're fairly similar. The Schneider is just a little bolder, and it writes just a bit more smoothly. Again, Schneider, Ballograf. But that's largely aside from the point, because it's a nice pen. It's got a good click. Personally, I don't love the rubberized texture, but I do think it's good in some situations. It's a fairly well-balanced pen. Maybe it's a little bit top-heavy from all this metal parts, but you can still flip it if that's your thing, or maybe not. You could still flip it. Anyway, so it sells for about maybe 12 euros. In the US, you could probably get it for like $13, $14, which is on the expensive side, and it'd be a lot cheaper if you're buying them in Sweden, probably in Europe in general. But it's nice to have access to these pens, which is why I picked it up, because it is a popular pen and it's an interesting addition to any collection. I wouldn't recommend necessarily going out and grabbing one, because while it is fun to have, I think the real key one is the Epoca, and it's just a phenomenal pen, and I'm really into this. I like it so much that I went ahead and picked up some of the variants and the Rondo. And while I like the Rondo, it's not something I would fully go ahead and recommend when you can get the Epoca for cheaper. Thanks for watching.